Hi everyone, welcome to my signature assignment, Hot Button Behavior Plan and Discussion. My classroom code of ethics consists of: I agree to provide quality education and resources to all children and families. I pledge to thrive at ensuring the safety and well-being of all children is being met by fulfilling each of their personal needs. I am committed to providing a safe and welcoming environment in which all children are granted equal opportunity to succeed academically and socially. I pledge to actively engage with each child and their parents. I agree to provide children with a well-organized and predictable classroom with clear instructions to follow. Now going on to hot buttons. The hot buttons behaviors I picked here, I am using that assignment I filled out to display them better. So my hot buttons, the behaviors that push my buttons are screaming, throwing toys, and running inside. These emotions make me feel anxious, concerned for their safeties, and stressed. And this is what I do. I try to stay calm when approaching the child. I calmly remove the child and try to talk to them. Or I have to physically remove the object that they are throwing. I remind children of what they can do, rather what they cannot do. For running, I will say, you may run outside but not inside, so they know the difference between when it's appropriate to use walking feet and running feet. So my hot buttons plan is before the behavior, like for preventative measures, it is important to create an organized classroom environment, which is examining the physical environment of the classroom. Like you can prevent running by carefully arranging the placement of the furniture and certain areas of the classroom. This article I found extremely useful for going over these details. And I used the quote, "Careful arrangement of the physical environment can help to deter challenging behaviors." Another preventative measure that I find very useful is understanding the acting out cycle, which I listed right here. I have found that using the acting out cycle, even in my own classroom, has helped me personally observe a child's behavior and kind of find out when their behavior is about to escalate and trying to prevent it from getting to that point by using certain strategies like removing the child from the situation or distracting them before the behavior just completely escalates. Also, establishing predictable routines and expectations for the children and having a concise schedule is very useful at preventing bad behavior. I used the video from the course content Classroom Rules. I thought it was very important to know that clear classroom rules that are followed consistently contribute to a well-organized learning environment. Establishing strong relationships with the children and families is also a very crucial element at promoting good behavior. Um, in the article, Preventing and Eliminating Expulsion and Suspension in Preschools, they stated that we know that young children thrive in the context of stable, supportive relationships with adults who love, teach, and care for them. So if us as educators show the children that we care, love, and support them, it will increase positive behavior and positive reinforcement, as well as improving their attachment to you as their teacher. So during the behavior, I again use the acting out cycle to use strategies to prevent the behavior from escalating further and to kind of acknowledge the child that the behavior that they are doing is not appropriate for the classroom. as well as using the code of ethics to, from the start, state what they are so that the children understand them. And after the behavior, I document the behavior, which it is an effective piece of documentation tells the story and the purpose of an event, experience, or development, which is important to connect with the parents of the children so that they know the behavior their child is displaying. And this can be done through the use of photos, videos, as well as putting that all on a bulletin board. The definition of documentation is documentation typically includes samples of a child's work at several different stages of completion, photographs showing work in progress, comments written by the teacher or other adult working with the children, transcriptions of children's discussions, comments, and explanations of intentions about the activity, and comments made by the parents, which is all important information. So one of my own personal examples of hot buttons behavior is from a personal experience of a child in my classroom who was triggered by some way and displayed disruptive behavior. I was following the acting out cycle to kind of gauge his behavior and see the escalation of what I could do to help him before it got to the other children and disturbed the classroom. He started throwing pillows and stuffed animals at other children and then at me. This progressed to more dangerous behavior, such as throwing blocks, leading other children to hide from him. Throwing toys is one of my hot buttons behaviors as I fear the safety and well-being of other children. I immediately removed him as and was trying to talk to him about the expectations of appropriate classroom behavior and the negative impact his actions had on his friends, as well as the consequences to his actions, such as we're going to have to stay seated in this chair until you can apologize and tell me you're sorry and tell me what you did wrong, because he is fully aware of what he did wrong. My reflection is, I don't know why this is here, it is getting on my nerves. One of the huge takeaways from this course is the significant impact early child educators and infant and toddler teachers have on the lives of these children which will shape who they are as a person as well as their success in their future academic career. As much as these teachers do for children, there is shockingly not a lot of support, programs, or resources available to them. As someone who is an early child educator at a center, I now realize even more the lack of support these teachers receive. The Article 6 policies to support the early childhood workforce argues, despite the importance of early childhood educators to the economy, parents and young children, low wages, minimum benefits, and a lack of professional supports are commonplace. I personally believe that this is a huge issue that should be addressed a lot more in the education and early child care system. And the letter to myself is, Dear teacher, you are valued and are doing your best. Being an educator takes a lot of patience, understanding, compassion, and selflessness that not everyone has. We are sometimes misunderstood and not given the support we need. But remember, it's okay to fail at times or to get emotionally overwhelmed. In school, the children are exhausting and tireless, frustrating and challenging. As educators, our job is crucial to the well-being and education of our future generation. It is our job to ensure that the children are supported academically and socially. As we read about the challenging behaviors of these children and troublemakers, it can feel at times it is our fault or that we failed as a teacher when we experience bad behavior and it takes hold in the classroom. It is not us who are failing, rather, the school's failure to support these children and teachers. The hope is to eliminate noncompliance to make misbehaviors disappear, and this requires that problem children themselves be rendered invisible. We as educators can make these kids visible by using the resources and strategies from this course as well as our own knowledge to support these children and eliminate the term problem child in our schools. And that is everything. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope everyone had a great semester.